good day, everybody. This is Eleanor with Eleanor's Elite Radio. I'd like to make a few announcements this morning, or this afternoon, I should say. We have several events coming up. One is April 22nd at the Duran Golf Club in Vieira. They're having their third annual golf tournament. It's for the Children's Hunger Project. Our third annual 18 holes for 18 golf kids tournament on April 22nd raises awareness and funds for hungry children right here in Brevard. Through your support and that of many local businesses, you can tee off for kids and be a part of Child Hunger Solution in Brevard. They have wonderful prizes. I should know I made one of the wonderful baskets. And for sponsorship details, you can call 321-610-1900 and help. If you like, you can volunteer, go down, say hi, help try to raise some money. Second announcement I have is for Crafting Education. I like to tell everybody what it is. It's a STEM nonprofit charitable education academy focusing on various software programs to enrich the lives of our youth through technology and innovation. Now they're having some summer camps available, half day and full days. If you book now for your child, please, it would be only make sense now to do it because when the summer comes, I'm sure she's going to be already fully booked and she won't have any room. So give Susan Sears a call. You can reach her at 321-926-4848. And their address is 3270 Suntree Boulevard, Suite 1130, B as in boy. Give them a call. They got a great program. They have a 3D machine where they make 3D things. It's just really awesome. Give them a call. Today, I would like to take this time to welcome Miss Lisa Sue from Love Thy MatchMaker to Eleanor's Elite Radio. Welcome, sweetie. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me here. It's such a pleasure to be here. I'm excited.
Yes, me too. This was a long time planning because we've been kind of friendly, Facebooking back and forth.
Yes.
And I'm just so lucky that we were able to finally get our schedules in sync.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd like to make an announcement. If anybody has any questions that they'd like to ask Miss Lisa about love, please give a call in at 321-806-3159 and ask your little heart away. I'm sure Miss Lisa will have the answer.
Oh, yes.
All right.
That'll be fun.
All right. I want to give a little shout out to Miss Lisa just so you can contact her as well after the show. But again, all of her information will be on my page. It's lovethymatchmaker.com. It is her Twitter is Twitter at lovethymm. Her phone number 321-536-5668. And you can, of course, find her on Facebook.com, Love Thy Matchmaker. Good thing it doesn't say S&M, because that would be hard to explain.
Right.
So tell me, it's just so wonderful to know, like, you know, most matchmakers are, they talk like this, you know, and they're usually of another faith. You know, it's very old school to be a matchmaker. And here you are, beautiful, you know, blonde and very young and youthful. So how did this come about? Tell me, how did you happen to latch on to be a professional matchmaker?
Well, it was many years ago. I was doing singles events in, you know, the area. And then I had a company with my ex and we traveled for 2 years, you know. And when that dissolved, then I decided to go back into the matchmaking. So I was with the agency for a long time. And then I had so much requests from the community to start doing the singles events because they were so successful and fun, and I want a safe place for, you know, and fun, fabulous time for singles to go and meet, you know, and so I started doing those again, and I kicked off the first one February 13th, which was the day before Valentine's Day. And I was written up in the Huffington Post because they were writing articles about, you know, where singles can go for Valentine's Day to do something rather than just, you know, sit home. So why not attend a singles event? And so we did the speed dating event, and it was fabulous.
Oh, that's fun. So speed dating, for people that maybe don't know, it's from what I've seen on TV only. I've never been to a speed dating event, but it looks like it's fun. So basically people are just like sitting around in tables and they get like an opportunity to speak to each person. Is it timed?
Yes. And well, this one I had done at the Vieira Total Wine.
Oh.
So we did a wine tasting, which was
much
really
easier.
nice.
It makes the rest of that event much more interesting.
Yeah, well, it pairs so nicely, wine and romance.
Yeah.
We did the romantic theme. And then businesses from the community always donate gift certificates, things like that. And I make love baskets. So we have free raffles at the events, and then we have fabulous food and music, and we all just had a fabulous time. But what it is the men move every 8 minutes around the room.
Oh, 8 minutes.
Well, 5 to 8 minutes, but it's 5 to 8 minutes. But
Yeah, I can't imagine anything less. Like maybe what you see on TV is maybe like just that. It's for television, so they make it like you get to like say your name quick, and boom, you're like a minute out, you move.
Right. Well, 8 minutes can seem like eternity if you don't have the questions. So, of course, before my events, I'm always, I talk to the guests that are coming and give them some tips on what questions to, because you're going to have the normal questions.
Right.
Where do you work? How many children do you, what do you do? But I always like to tell them, think of something interesting, because that can get monotonous after you're sitting with the 20th, the 10th person, you're asking the same thing. So,
Yeah.
I always say, let's ask some, what kind of, what's your dream job? Stuff like that we get to know someone.
And I guess it's also important. I mean, hopefully they are really single and not just there, as married or.
Oh, no. They're not married. They're not allowed to be
a fun night out, maybe for a real dirtbag.
No, I checked that out before.
You do?
Yes.
That's good. Well, that's very interesting. So do you have a success rate? Is there a success rate?
Well, for instance, like the last speed dating event, one of the girls could not attend, okay? But because I have such a huge social media presence, one of the gentlemen that did attend, she hooked up through my social media because she needed an estimate for his business. So it was like, yeah.
So you help out in all avenues, and not just in the dating, speed dating. You help out through even in social media.
Yes, and then I am connected with so many matchmakers all over the United States, and I had a lady that's in California contact, so I contact my good friend Marla, who's in LA.
Okay.
She's a matchmaker. And so try to connect people that way, because we are all networking as matchmakers.
Well, I guess that's important. And, and that way you get like a wide array of different people that, want to maybe meet. Mm-hmm. Not everybody is going to be from the Brevard County area or Space Coast area. That's going to, maybe match. Right.
Well, with the events,
right.
We keep it though, but otherwise,
because
yes.
Ideally you would like to meet somebody locally so that you can have a relationship and possibly get married or engage or live together. I mean, whatever the shtick is these days.
And that's the biggest, one of the biggest complaints I hear is that with the online dating, you'll get matches from like Gainesville or Tampa, and it's impossible to have a long-term, genuine relationship with someone that lives in Tampa.
Right.
And you're here working and busy working professionals, and I'm always like, what, are you supposed to fly your plane in their backyard and take them out to dinner? No, it's not going to work out. So you want to meet local. We're so busy nowadays, and you want to date locally.
Which is kind of like my next question. Are there busier seasons for dating than others?
No.
It's just,
everybody wants love.
Everybody wants love. It doesn't matter whether it's spring, summer, or fall or winter.
I mean, ideally, Valentine's Day is
of course, that's the big one.
Time.
Right.
So that was a great time to have.
We were having a discussion the other night at the dinner table, and of course, with Easter coming up, and I had said, I wonder, what is the bigger commercial holiday? Like I said, first Easter or Christmas, and my son and my husband and my daughter, we all said Christmas, absolutely, hands down, because of the gifts and the present. And then I said, and then after that, it was Valentine's Day. I think Valentine's Day trumped everything. Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, Labor Day.
Right.
It really does, because it's such a commercialized holiday.
It is.
Yeah.
And then for singles, it's like,
Of course it is. You want to
we've all been there, right?
Of course.
Where do you want to go? It's Valentine's. You want to stay home. So what can you do?
But I think having that that gathering for everybody is wonderful. It's a wonderful thing.
It's so much fun. And that's the difference is my events, I make sure that I make them fabulous fun. I mean, one that I had an icebreaker with a hermit crab racing. So, yes, my friend, he had that business, and he has the karaoke machine. We're all dancing. Everyone picks their crab. They race. Then I made love baskets, so they have the prizes if their crab won. And so I remember one of the gentlemen guests, he came up to me and says, so, you know what? I met so many fabulous singles and awesome people, but I don't even care. Because I had such a great time.
You see, and that's what's important. I think people have to get out of that, I have to have a husband, I have to have a wife, or be engaged. Just be happy and have fun, and probably, your mate will come to you.
Right. And you're also networking, you're out meeting other professional singles and networking in the community.
Right.
And I can't even tell you how many countless people have contact, through jobs and things like that, just from going to an event.
Exactly. So, I would go to your event.
Right.
I think I would try to
I don't know if your husband would like that too much, but well.
No, I want to go.
It's fun. We have so much fun.
I want to do the crab race and get a gift basket.
Oh, that was so much fun.
I bet. Now, do you know how many couples you've matched, or is there not a number?
Well, the first event, like I said, when I started doing the singles events, it was February, So I don't, at the events, I don't tend to keep as close contact like I was when I was with the agency, matchmaking agency then.
So you were with a professional matchmaking agency?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And still a little bit, but now I focus mostly on the events because, I want a place there singles can go because it is so difficult now, as busy as we are. Where do you go to meet?
Yeah.
Professional eligible singles that are looking for, genuine long-term relationship. And
exactly. You don't go, a lot of people, like we were talking earlier, I suggested that Lisa perhaps have something for the younger people, but then she said no, because it's easier for them to get out. They hook up with their friends. They go downtown Melbourne, whatever the case may be, or wherever, Cocoa Beach. But I guess that's true. But I also think that there's a need for that, because I think that there are young professional people that don't like hanging out in bars and don't, you know what I mean? And really want to meet someone decent and maybe not have to go to those, really filthy dating websites like Tinder. I mean, I heard those are nightmares. I don't know anything about them, so I shouldn't really talk. But from what I hear from the kids, it's a real...
Well, there's some stories I could tell you that is like from the date. There's only a 7% success rate nationwide, to online dating.
Yeah.
And
why about like all that Match.com garbage? Well, how about that?
Well, that's the thing. All of them. It's only a 7% nationwide for online dating. And yes, there is some success. Okay. But no one's policing the internet. So anybody can put a picture up there. They can be anybody, say anything, do anything. And so you have so many people that are not so genuine going on and saying, they want along to it, actually they don't.
Right.
Or they're not who they say they are. There's, a lot of scamming. It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. That was going to bring me to my next question about, has there ever been anyone that you refused? Perhaps maybe not such an upstanding person.
Well, your success is, my main goal. So at the agency, we try to keep people realistic. So for instance, if you were to come in, I've had this happen, let's say you're an older whichever gentleman, and you want to date someone that is significantly younger, and I tend to tell people if you're over 10 years in either direction, you don't seem to have as much in common. So we try to match you based on your likes, interests, hobbies, your temperament, your sociability, your affection level, things like that. And I'm not saying that it can work, but for the most part, if it's over 10, 15 years, it's you're from a different,
a different time.
Right. So,
and I think it's important too, also, because your events, everybody's together. It's a safe environment, right? It's not like online dating where you meet somebody strange and you don't really know kind of like that. That's so, to me, so very frightening.
Right. And
Yeah.
like, I like to keep it, very intimate. Like we have 30